Hey guys, it's Tracy from TMC Coaching and you watching a live episode of From the Garage. I'm glad to have you. Thank you so much for joining me on these episodes. I've been so thrilled about the comments that you've been leaving. Thank you so much for that. It's really encouraging for me to get back on here, go live, get out there and serve you. Well, today I would like to serve you in an area that is absolutely critical. I'm actually going to sneak in the back door on a huge topic. A topic that's so critical and so vital for long-term businesses. To sustain longevity, you're going to have to be having good core values. That's really what I want to bring to you today, and not really help you to write them in this video, but at least set a mindset for you to be thinking of when you go to sit down and write down your core values. Maybe you have never written core values, and it's time to write them. You're in business, you've been in business for a while, but you still haven't put your core values together. You need to get them written up. And they need to be genuine and sincere and come from you. You don't want to borrow somebody's cliches and somebody else's core values. They really need to be yours. But how do you do that? You need to get a mindset, adapt the mindset that will serve you long-term in business. So let me help you with this illustration. It was brought to my attention recently by the comments that many have been given regarding core values, and that's why I bring it up. And I learned this recently, a great way to illustrate this. So suppose that I was the business genie. And as the business genie, I could offer you the choice between two business options. One is making impact, and the other is making money. Now, suppose I gave you these options and I said you could only choose one, but that I could guarantee that whatever you chose, making impact or making money, would show up in your business. It was a guarantee. Which one would you choose? That's a tough one. I know the honorable one would be to say, oh, of course me, I would choose making impact because, that's after all, that's what I'm about. Now, that's honorable. But if we're honest, why do we get into business? Well, we get into business because truly we do want to make some money. We have mouths to feed. We have bills to pay. We have things we'd like to get accomplished. We got a message that we would like to get out, and we want to make money doing that. Well, really, we'd like to tell the business genie, I want both. But the business genie only gives us two options. Suppose we were to make the options a little bit easier, and we were to say, business genie says you got two options, both going to show up in your, one or the other is going to show up in your business. What would you choose between yourself or others? Well, that leveled the playing field. Now it's an easier choice, right? Of course, we know the right one to choose is others. But so often businesses show that they've chosen themselves and they don't have sustainability and they're not in it for the long haul and the long term because they've chosen poorly. That's why core values in your business and mine are so critical. They're so needful to keep us on target. So if choosing money is your objective, then money you'll get, but not a lot of significance maybe. It's true what Zig Ziglar said, that when you help enough people get what they want, they will in turn help you get what you want. You see, if you chose impact over money, and if you chose others over yourself, the likelihood of having both is guaranteed. That's what's called the law of reciprocity. The law of reciprocity basically states that when someone does something nice for you, there will be within you a deep sense, an urge of responsibility to do something nice for that person in return. And that's what we do, right? Well, so it doesn't matter whatever your industry is. Core values need to show up. And it begins with a mindset of striving to make impact. Because when you strive to make impact and you strive to make contact is others, impact is connection. When you strive to do what's tough first, guess what happens? Strive for impact, the money will eventually show up. Strive to make connections and contact with people and put others first, you will be served also. That's an amazing thing. Choose it the other way around, and you'll become everything you know you shouldn't be, selfish and greedy. So in that space, that's where I want you to begin writing out your core values. If you're just starting out in business, use that space to write them in. If you've been in business for a while but never have addressed the issue of core values, start today. This is what I've learned, and I hope this serves you, is that when a person is guided by the principles of reciprocity, a greater law is actually being obeyed. Here it is. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Boy, I hope you get that. I know it'll serve you well and others in your business. Thanks for joining me on another episode of From the Garage. I look forward to serving you in the next episode. Take care and be well.